What's up, Raiders? Welcome to Raid Today for Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. I'm Gestel from Gestel Gaming, and it's day 6 of the Bambus Fourleaf Fusion event. We've also got a free gear removal, not a cleanse, a removal event going on. We'll discuss that plus more here on Raid Today. Alright, so we're almost a full weekend on the Bambus, day 6 here on Tuesday. So still a pretty uneventful day in terms of tournaments and events for the Fusion. We basically just had the Dungeon Diver Event 2 launch, still got the Ice Golem going on, and that's pretty much it. That's super exciting. We will have Artifact Enhancement 2 starting tomorrow, as well as Fire Knight, so we got some on the horizon, that's good. Let's jump in the game, take a look, and see what's happening. On the tournament side of things, as I said already, Ice Golem, man. Ice Golem, that's all you got. 2250 will get you the rare. Not too hard to get. Now, the one thing I failed to notice yesterday, or even I noticed or mentioned, there are some primal quartz available for first or second. Ice Golem's not a bad thing. I kind of always don't love farming Ice Golem, but with the curse set being as good as it is in Hydra right now, it's not a bad place to farm. Also, the resist is pretty solid. So, it's a little bit better place to farm. Is it justify trying to compete with a bunch of people to get 50 quartz or 25 quartz? I don't know. But there's a little incentive there. So, if you feel like farm it up a little bit, farm up that Ice Golem, you want to get Dungeon Divers done before Ice Golem, or before the Fire Knight even starts. Not a bad place to do it. But, I would say Fire Knight's probably the better place to farm, regardless of a few quartz. So, just wanted to point it out, there are quartz available there. And then on the event side of things, it's just the Dungeon Diver event that launched today. Still at 3,700. We do have a Lego book at 6,000, not too bad. 1,650 will get you Immortal. So not a terrible Dungeon Diver event. And it lines up nicely where Ice Golem will be ending and Fire Knight will be starting, so you kind of will be farming the whole time. Especially if you did wait on your Ice Golem to farm all today during the Dungeon Diver event, you'll easily be able to knock this out. Now, if you did go for the Summon Rush and have the Epic, as you can see on my calendar here, I am slated to skip all the Dungeon Divers. That was the plan to start. I did pull another rare. I did pull another Petrifria. And I ended up, I guess, farming so much Dragon that I actually did complete the Dungeon Diver 1 event. So I'm way ahead of the game. I also got the Epic, so I'm not sure what I'm going to knock out. Maybe I won't do that last Artifact Enhancement. And, I don't know. Maybe I don't have to do either of these. No, I think I still have to do one of these because I have 2 of them. So, I don't know. I'm basically gonna, maybe I'll just go and try to fuse another epic here for the Malik. He's actually got the increase, buff duration, decrease, debuff duration. Pretty interesting epic. So maybe I'll just work on getting a second or a third one of him, so I could keep one, so I don't, obviously have to fuse. Just have to fuse 2 of them, not all 3. But yeah, so that would be helpful in the Dungeon Diver scenario if that's what you're going for. But if you're not doing Dungeon Diver, then don't worry about it. Other tournaments that we got going on today: Soul Chase tournament just launched. Actually, this is pretty good. I think it was 50 points, get you 300 energy. That helped me finish off Ice Golem right there. And then, I think it was maybe 150, get you 150 gems. Those are pretty good rewards. I had 30 of the small ones, the Soul Stones, I just used 30 of them, and that got me both of these. So, pretty solid rewards here. Obviously, it'd be nice to get up here, but it's really hard to get the big points. I do have a large soulstone I could pull, and two little ones, or two medium ones. So, I mean, maybe you could go for a little bit higher, but I would say maybe hold on to those for like a little bit better of an event. I think you get decent CVC points out of those as well. So maybe there'd be a point where CVC and some sort of soul chase is available. Maybe hang on to those for then, unless you just really want to pull them. It's not a bad time to pull them. Two Lego books here. You got a Void Shard and a Mythic book. So maybe not a bad time to pull. Obviously, it takes a lot. Our first place guy is not even close. Well, it's fairly close again to the 1750, but there's no one even close to the second place, basically. So yeah, it's hard to get points in this event. Tag Arena Tournament, like I showed you yesterday, already had this one completed. You know, my man Handy mentioned it yesterday in the stream. It's also a good time to try to get that Relentless set. Not a lot of people do these Tag Arena tournaments, so if you are looking for Relentless sets, it is a great time to win a 6-star, 6-piece Legendary Relentless set. Great set. Definitely one of the better sets in the game. The more you have of it, obviously the better shots you have at having good pieces and being able to put it on the champions that will work the best on, right? I used to have it on a unkillable comp with Draco, you know, and he just keep firing off more and more damage. So, you know, there's definitely certain places where it works really, really nicely. I did want to mention Artifact Enhancement event does start tomorrow, so in about 13 hours. So if you're looking to rank up any gear, probably best to wait till tomorrow to do that. Because I would say one of the best things that they do, and probably they should just make it permanent, but everybody seems to get so excited when this happens. Well, minus 100% gear removal cost. So if you want to remove gear, this is the time to do it. It costs you absolutely nothing to do it. It is free. Now let me tell you what I've been doing. I've actually been going. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. A while ago, probably years ago, honestly, I had equipped just a bunch of random gear I had in there just to kind of put it on champs to open up inventory space. I think they call it muling. So I have a lot of kind of bad gear on like epics that are, you know, placeholders, or I'm using for like faction guardians or something like that. So a lot of 5-star gear that honestly, if I could remove that and then maybe shift over some of my better gear, maybe even like mythic gear, because you know, hopefully they'll come out with some sort of mythic ore and you could re-roll it if you got, you know, a bad substat or a flat stat chest or something, you know what I mean? So what I've been doing, I've gone in and I've clicked my equip and clicked on 5-star, and I've been going through pretty much all of my sets and removing anything that might have just been bad gear that I've been holding on to for way too long. And it's cleaned out. I've honestly made about 10 million already off doing it. And this is 5-star gear. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of people have done this. I probably did this really early in the game. I mean, you can see what champs they're on. It was just whatever. Early, you know, mistake. I thought I was holding on to decent gear. It turns out it's, as I'm going through it, it's horrible gear. And most of it's 5-star, and frankly, like, I don't even look for 5-star gear anymore. And I try to get rid of it, as much of it as I can, really try to keep those top tier pieces. Even on the free-to-play, I'm not even keeping a whole lot of 5-star gear, but kind of learned my lesson, I think, from this account. But, so what I've been doing is basically going through, hit the sell, and just look for anything that's probably worth keeping or not. You know, there's going to be a lot of speed boots there, so let's move on to something that's a little easier to get rid of. Destroy gear for sure. And you just hit remove. Now it is saying it will cost 50,000 silver to remove, but there's no silver cost here, so disregard that. I've tested it. It doesn't remove any silver from your account. And I'm just going through and selecting and selling, man. Like I said, I've made about 10 million already off doing that, and it's just 5-star gear. And what that'll basically do for me now is I can remove all this kind of garbage gear I have, and then I can start muling some better gear. I'll shift over a bunch of gear that's been hanging out in my inventory, and that'll free up a ton of space for me to be farming again. So, you know, just another way to look at it, kind of an end game, a good way to kind of cleanse gear that's just hiding out on champs you probably, you know, possibly forgot about, whatever it is. You know, so take a look at that. Or obviously, if you're looking to upgrade champions gears, the best time to do it because you won't lose any money swapping. So, nice little event that they came out with kind of midweek here where they don't have anything else going on. No 10x's. You see that? No 10x's. Maybe the backlash has been real that they've been doing too many 10x's. So maybe they decided this week to give it a break. I don't know. It's kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see the portal looking back to normal. I mean, back when I first started playing this game, it was like this pretty much every day, you know. And then like on Friday, you would see it light up, and you'd get all fired up, like, oh, 2x ancients, right? So, all right, guys. Just two other things. The clan quest and clan shop did reset last night, so you do have 6 days remaining there. Scoop up everything you need to. Get your fragments of the champs if you haven't done that already. Scoop up. There's a legendary book in the 9 slot. We got the 3-star chickens again. I would much prefer the energy there. So not the best. And then Forge Pass, of course, we got the Forge Pass going on. You want to be probably right. My free to play is on 25 right now, so you know, it's about halfway through. 25 is halfway to 50, right? So kind of right on pace. There is, you know, a day, and you know, there's time on the other end, so it's really, you know, I think you typically, depending on where it lands, based on reset, there's normally a couple hours before. So I mean, if you're at like 22 or 21, you probably will still be able to do it. Just make sure you do it every day. Don't miss that on the instinct. Pretty solid set. But that's all I got for you today. I will be streaming at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/GustalGaming. Would love to have you come by, check it out, say what's up. And until tomorrow, hope you have an awesome day. Take care.